Now, these Democrat leaders, they're finally seeing maybe how dangerous these sanctuary policies are, but they should have seen this crisis coming. We all did. It shouldn't take violent assaults of their residents to get them to rise up and start fighting back. My next guest lives just down the block from one of those nearly 200 shelters in New York City. And he says a few weeks ago, illegals were bussed in the middle of the night to the Stratford Arms Hotel. And since then, it's just been wreaking havoc on the neighborhood there. Joining me now is Joe Germanata. He's a restaurant owner and known as father to Lady Gaga. No, I'm not calling you Daddy Gaga. I promise you, Joe. Tell us what you're seeing. Is it drugs? Is it fights? What is it?
Well, it's mostly noise and chaos and motorbikes and loitering and trash and recently prostitution. So, I mean, to give you a little...
Those are migrants being prostituted out? Migrants themselves?
I don't know whether they're coming out of the hotel or going into the hotel. I don't think they can go into the hotel, but they're just hanging out in the center of Broadway now, which, you know, that used to happen in the 70s, right? I mean, but I mean, to give you the backdrop, I mean, within 4 blocks, there's 5 elementary schools, right? And, you know, they're all there's pre-K students. We had a summer camp there this past summer. I mean, and the loitering has become a problem. It's noise at night. One of the condominiums at the end of the block, they hired their own security. We haven't gotten much help from NYPD, although they are starting to listen. Tomorrow I have a meeting with the chief of patrol from One Police Plaza, and we realize, you know, we have to work together to get something done. But there was no plan. They dropped them into the neighborhood, right? All of a sudden, 500 new people were in the neighborhood, and they took over. And it's just, there was no advance warning. It just happened in the middle of the night. They threw the college kids out.
Yeah. I think, Joe, the problem here is that for the longest time, I think a lot of the urban areas felt like they were immune to the problems of illegal immigration. And now that illegal immigration is like 7 million people have come here, you know, they're not going to just stay in Texas, even if they weren't shipped out. So I think everybody in the country has to realize this is not just a Texas and an Arizona problem. This is a national problem that's having profound effects on our great American cities, and our suburbs are now dealing with it as well. So, but what has it done to your business? Exactly.
Well, yeah, a lot of the immigrants are coming into the restaurant looking for work. A lot of the foot traffic at night has slowed down. You know, it used to be, you know, a high foot traffic area on Columbus Avenue and Broadway. I mean, it's become a no-fly zone, so to speak. I mean, late at night, you know, from 10 o'clock at night until about 4 in the morning, it's a party zone. All right, it's you know.
Oh my God.
Yeah, it's.
No, I mean, it's not the New York that I certainly remember from the 90s and early 2000s. This is in some ways a hellscape. We got about 15 seconds. Just final word to the country about this.
Well, now I understand what Texas went through with the migrant situation, and you know, something's got to change. All right, in the city of New York, we're going to get clobbered financially, and taxpayers are going to have to foot the bill. All right, I don't know whether the government's ever going to step in.
Joe, thank you for alerting us to what you're dealing with personally. We really appreciate it.